Live here on Fun Frolicking Friday.
Yay! Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fun Frolicking Friday. For wherever you're watching us on Love Coach Academy or on YouTube or on Facebook, I'm really happy you're here. I am Candace of the Temple of Frolic, and that was Karezza, the Intimate Playground. And we have an amazing special guest today, Andrei Knight, of whom I know as the founder of a really big, beautiful, expanding, like the Clubhouse, taking over Clubhouse around Tantra. And so I'm really happy to have him here and honored that he said yes to Karezza and myself bringing some of our magic to that Clubhouse, which we will be doing this Sunday. And so our theme today, we will be talking about EcoSexuality as well as being a highly sensitive person and the relationship between those two things. So if you identify or if you're curious about either or any of those things, do stay put and chime in. You can type in any thoughts, any questions, and Karezza and or Andrei will be able to see those and correspond with you there. If you don't get correspondence or if you're watching this later, not during the live, feel free to reach out to us directly. All of our information should be going right across the screen there. Yeah, and stay tuned because Andrei's also going to be taking us through a practice at halftime. So, Karezza, what brings you here, Miss EcoSexual Queen?
Hi, everyone. I'm Karezza from the Intimate Playground. I help singles and couples create a more orgasmic, eco-friendly life in intimacy and sexuality, and just in their mundane and also in their regular mundane world as well. I actually just came back from an amazing trip up to the mountains and had the most amazing orgasmic experience, non-sexual, just being in nature, and I'm so thrilled to be here to talk about it. It's just it blew my mind. I'm just still shaking and still just blissed out from the experience. I've never felt that in my life. So I'm like really pumped up on energy right now. Yeah, so here is Andrei Knight.
So, yes, Andrei, what
Can
brings you here?
well, you two lovely ladies inviting me, and bring fabulous wisdom to our Tantric Awakening Club. I'm so excited at the launch of this. Uh, I absolutely love it. Like, this is a topic we have not covered before, so we're all venturing new ground. And you're right, there is a connection. As you become more and more sensitive, and we can delve into some of this, you naturally develop a connection to the earth. How can you not, as it increases? And conversely, somebody that develop your sensitivity, get out in nature. That's the best method I know how. I can tell you, like, I recently went through a move, and you know how exhausting it is packing, getting everything ready, getting everything in order. Like, literally, I have the truck I pulled out. Finally on the road, everything ready. The first thing I did as soon as I was out of the city, I pulled over, like literally on the side of the freeway. I pulled over, I got out, and I grass.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to ground. I need to ground. The feet alone to do it. I just in the grass for about 10 minutes, and then I'm like, now I'm ready to drive 1,000 miles. So both sensitivity will connect you to the earth, will connect you to your sensitivity. These things are very intimately linked together. So
Yay! Thank you. I'm very happy to hear that you're able to see that, and it just makes sense from a tantric way of thinking, and I'm so happy you were able to join us. This was kind of a last minute thing when Karezza came back man, like when I talked to her yesterday, I was like, girl, you got to do something with this. And I was like, all right, we got to do something. And so then we came up with, let's do an event. And Andrei had given us the okay.
Yeah.
And so then we're going to do the show today, expanding upon the topic. And I've recently been rediscovering and reconnecting to the part of me that identifies as a HSP or highly sensitive person, as I always have. And now being a blind person, just like somebody turned the volume knob up on everything. And sometimes it can feel really intense. So one of the other thoughts I had here, like if you identify as highly sensitive person, never heard of Tantra, never heard of EcoSexuality, just stay tuned, because I feel like discovering some sort of eco-sensual or EcoSexual or connection, a new relationship to nature, will create a whole nother level of safety for you. Often humans are what creates some challenging experiences for us as sensitive people. But you have nature all the time, everywhere, and it's inside of us. It comes from your sink. It's in your fridge. I live in the city. I got a patch of grass, but I enjoy it. So there's so many ways and so many pathways to pleasure, in essence. And I feel like this is just another one of the many that I'm really excited to dive into today.
I remember a meme that went around some months ago, and it was a picture of a beautiful, lush green forest, and underneath it said, "So much cheaper than therapy."
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
Like too much stimulation, too much going on, and I just knew it with every fiber of my being. I need to touch some earth. One of the things I recommend is this practice of grounding. It's so vital. We walk around today with rubber on our shoes. What does rubber do? It insulates you. Meanwhile, we have more electronic devices than ever bombarding us with all sorts of waves. So it's more important than ever. People don't realize, if you look at the plug on the wall, 3 holes in it. And most electrical devices, the cable has 2 prongs on it. So you have your positive polarity, just like in Tantra, but what's that third hole for that we leave off of most of the devices these days? That's the ground. It's actually a cable that runs on the outside of your house straight into the ground. That's literally grounding. But electrical devices manage that, not discharging their harmful EMFs anywhere except in the air that you breathe and absorb. So most people can tolerate it, though, mental effects for most people, but as a highly sensitive person, it becomes that much to do what that third prong was supposed to be doing. Take off your shoes and literally touch your feet to the ground. That's what that third prong is for. The moment you touch the ground, it'll absorb all the negative EMF in your body, and it doesn't take very long. I mean, I recommend a few minutes just because it feels good, but literally a second is instantly going to suck out of your body to the ground.
Yeah, like in barefoot, like spending time outdoors barefoot is so essential.
And like supposed to be prickly. Most of your nerve endings are in your feet for every organ. Be acupressure. Don't mind, part of the experience.
Yeah.
Tell us about your experience, Karezza. What? I'm eager to your experience. This profound opening.
God, it's God. I don't know. I haven't. I always wanted to go up to the mountains, and I hadn't been. Even my ex, I wanted to go. It was begging to go, and I was living in Germany at that moment. We didn't want to go. So now I'm back here in the States, and I grew up going to the mountain to ski. So I have some connection, But when I traveled up there, it was like going into a knowingness that like you're going home, like you're going back to a place that you've known all along. And it was just out of this world, a completely different world there. Like it was just like the knowingness of the trees. It's like they knew things about you. They knew things, that secrets and things that you don't even know. Like just this virgin-esque life of just nature and letting it go its course and just being organic and just step by step processing, the whole birth and death and everything around you, and just really being able to feel that. Like I feel everything. And for me to go into that was just even more, it was so intense that it still makes me go, I can see it in myself, I can feel it in my body without even being there. So it brought me so much pleasure. I have to say, I mean, I haven't had sex for 2 years. I haven't had that much pleasure in any time of my life, by just going to the mountains, being in nature, being in the water, being naked, and just being in my true, like, human nature of who I am. Like I've never felt that much pleasure in my entire life.
Wow. I can hear it in your voice. Very profound experience.
Yeah.
And so simple, really. Right? Didn't require any fancy props,
No.
Neither fancy nor expensive. Nature is free.
And this is like, and I'm also hearing is like, this is orgasmic living. We talk about that a lot here. And what you're also witnessing is orgasm's potential when you're connecting to your sexuality to the degrees of which that Karezza is right now. It opens you up to a full release from your heart, from your belly, from your sex center, from your mind's eye. You have eyegasms, you have heartgasms, you have soulgasms, it's just, and that's the kind of sexuality that we're talking about here. And I just, it's so inspiring to hear you. And I've been in the city, and like there is like, I go to nature, but there is something different, going into the mountains, or really getting away from a lot of the noise. It's like a whole nother level of, and like the sense, and that reminds me, I really want to drop in and just share about what we'll be doing this Sunday. When you're in the jungle, when you're in the mountains, when you are in a waterfall, when you're really connected and you're away, I can even experience that in my backyard, but it takes a little bit more work than if I was in the mountains. But the sensual experience is just so high. Like what you hear, what you feel on your skin, what you smell through your nose. I'm blind, so I'm not saying much about what you see, but what you see around you. And it just, it really lights up our inner being. It is like life force energy, and nature is life. Nature is alive. A blade of grass is just as alive as we are. And on this Sunday at 11, we'll be opening the doors. At 11:11, we'll drop in. We're going to be taking us on a journey on Clubhouse through our senses through being sensitive, through ecosexuality. And the other really cool thing about Clubhouse, nobody can see you. So you can be naked, or you can dress as sensual or playful or as sacred, getting your sacred garments out, whatever that means to you. And really be in your experience and share that. Like, nobody's watching, because nobody's watching.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. And I also think when you can really get into the senses as well, to smell, to taste the air, the water, the naturalness, the organicness of everything, to feel it on your skin, on your feet, on your body. I mean, and to use your five senses, it makes, you know, the experience whole and even more intense when you can tap in to all those senses as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
It's so important. Yeah.
means to use your senses. The word arousal, a lot of people don't realize, is actually not a sexual word. It means to awaken the senses, to awaken the senses fully. That's you said, Candace, about life. Our word erotic. The root of erotic is eros. Eros literally life. To be erotic is to be alive. It's not a sexual term at all. It means to, what it means to be erotic. To be aroused, erotic. Those are some of my favorite words for precisely that reason. They all hint at living life more. You know, and maybe one more to throw in there that I'm rather fond of: sin. The word sin is an archery term. It means to miss the mark or to miss the target.
Wow.
We add that in, and what is the sin is to miss all this amazing arousal and that's available to you. To live life not sensual, I think, is the greatest sin.
Yeah.
Because you miss the entire point of it.
Yeah. That definitely, like, it resonates with me when I'm not connected, or at times in my life, before I discovered all this, I did not feel connected. I did not feel like I had a place in this world. I didn't feel like this skin, this body didn't really make sense to me. But when I started connecting to, for me, it was spirituality of its own, before I was able to get into sacred sexuality or understanding Tantra and all this stuff. But I totally just lost my train of thought. I'm like really hyped up. But today for me, like I said, I'm in the city and I'm blind now. So I don't have as much access to a lot of these things I used to have a lot more access to. So having my essential oils, making different things for myself, buying myself flowers, trying to create that for myself, even with, well, this was outfit number 2. This was outfit number 1 that I grew out of. And because my makeup matches it, I threw it up behind me. And this is another part of my sensuality. And me being a really sensitive person, I do not I like a lot of sensations, but I can't do like velour or like corduroy velour or velvet. It just kind of makes me cringe inside a little bit. So I really try to surround myself with the things that make me feel good. So you won't see a lot of that around here.
I'm a Taurus. Me, it's all about textures, all about touch, textures, and yeah, I can relate to that. And even foods, like which foods I like, or doesn't match any group or any style of food. Describing it to someone, it sounds like really eclectic. One explained it to me. It's the texture. There's a certain stand in my mouth, and that's what all the I don't like have in common. I never even considered that. Nothing to do with the smell, nothing to do with the taste. It's literally just the texture. And then suddenly all these lights went off. I'm like, that makes sense. Felt better.
Yeah, and I think. Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I was just thinking. I think maybe that's why I like tapioca or rice pudding. Like I just, I don't know. Something about tapioca or rice pudding or flan has this one of my favorite textures.
Mm.
Well, I like sushi because there's a lot of textures. It's an experience for your mouth.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a foodie too.
Oh yeah.
What did you say?
Yeah, but I think, you know, for people that maybe aren't really connected to their senses, I would just say that it's good to slow down and to become aware of maybe the things that you like or don't like, because, you know, a lot of people are going, you know, around all the time, 100 miles an hour, and don't really even know like what something tastes like, or to be touched with something, or to be in the grass, or to be touched by a leaf, you know, to really hone into the senses, to slow down. It really, you know, changes. It can really change your life in so many ways, to simply slow down and breathe and really feel, because then that can connect you to everything that is. And then there's no expectation. Then you can go into, you know, the universe, into everything that life is as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm reminded as you say this of the Native American concept of a quest. You go into nature for 4 days and 4 nights, and like the student talking to their, well, where exactly should I? How do I know when I found the right spot? You'll know it.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do? You're supposed to do nothing. You're just supposed to sit, observe. Isn't for nothing. What's the point? Well, you'll figure it out when you get there.
Yeah.
Not go into nature 4 days and 4 nights there. The rest you figure out after that, and that's exactly it. You just let go of all that other stuff, and you know they probably recognize that we're so wrapped up into it that it's not going to happen fully the first night. You know, we're a little more sensitive. For us, it happens immediately, but for the average person, it's like, yeah, if you think you got everything you need out of the first night, well, stay another, then stay another, and then eventually, and the nature, and that's when the real vision quest happens. You know, you're not supposed to go into it knowing what you're going to get out of it. The whole point is to go not knowing and being open to, you know.
I'm grateful. I have had, you know, the opportunity to do a lot of traveling and festivaling, or being at different events that are held outdoors, and been able to spend significant periods of time outdoors. And I remember when I first started sleeping outdoors. Now, if you really knew me, I'm from the city. I was homeless, sleeping on the streets and outdoors was, you know, whatever. That it's very different than what we're talking about, you know. And when I experienced like I had really bad sleep issues when I first went to my first camping thing. I'll never forget, like I slept the best. Like it didn't matter, like something about just being outside. I didn't entirely understand it at that time. I just knew, and I equated it to safety. Like when I was outside, I could just sleep so good.
Along the I'm very grateful. I had a lot of friends offering for me to stay with them, or they're like, "Where are you staying? Camping? Oh, do you want a hotel, or you do?" Like it's not a money thing. I prefer camping. I've been itching for this. out of the city. Like, yeah, I could stay in any hotel I want. It just I prefer to fall asleep under stars and wake up around trees. You know.
Mm.
Yeah.
And people couldn't understand that. They're like, "Are you going to be okay? Like, there's wild animals." I hope so.
I trust in the unknown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild animals I can get along with. People can be unpredictable. Wild animals are fine. If you come in with a pure heart, you know, and you know, they sense it.
Oh yeah.
Animals aren't. They get defensive when they feel threatened. If you're not a threat, you know.
I don't get bothered by bugs much anymore, and I think it's because I don't see them. When I could see them, I'd be like, "Ah!" or like trying to do something, you know. Now I don't see them. It's just like, so they don't bother me. Nothing. Yeah. No bugs.
It has a lot to do with it, like psychologically. I hope they don't come near me. I hope they don't come near me, and they're so attracted to you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jungle this past winter, and I was, you know, first day or two, they were biting me like crazy. I was getting eaten alive, and the shaman just kind of laughed. That's our way of vaccinating. You'll totally everything you need now to survive in the jungle. And you know what? He was after about the second day, it kind of let up. They didn't bite me that much, and he's got a point. In Florida, you get bitten by a mosquito, you're like, oh, I hope I don't get Zika. I hope I don't get this. But you know what happens when you get bitten? You get exposed to a tiny virus enough to kick your immune system into action and develop an antibody to it, right? Bit or not does not depend on whether you get bit or not. It depends on the health of your immune system. And it was, yeah, first two got bitten a lot, and then it ebbed off. I guess the shaman was, you know, he was only half joking. It's really very vaccination. Everything you need.
That is so cool. Nature's cure. Is there anyone out there communicating in the world?
Yes.
Yeah.
We do. I'm gonna go back. Let me go. Robert said hello. Robert Hubert. Let's see. Nicole Edgecombe said, barefoot on the earth creates a potent circuit from the feet up to the crown and back down. Robert says, being in nature definitely connects you to God. Yeah, the original. Yep.
That reminds me of something actually a priest told me, a Catholic priest. He said, religion is going to church and thinking about fishing. Spirituality is going fishing and finding God.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So.
Was there another one there, love?
Another one from Nicole. She talks, my ears are extremely sensitive, so I need to make sure to take care of myself and select the sounds that surround me with intention any chance I get.
Very, very critical. I'm glad you brought that up, Nicole. Video about that conscious media consumption. Like we're so careful about organic food these days and avoiding pesticides and chemicals. How much thought do you put into like the music, the images that you expose yourself to or allow yourself to be exposed to? I think it warrants consideration too.
Yeah, I also think the eyes at the moment, they're talking a lot about using a lot of computer and technology. It's hurting your eyes, and it puts a lot of stress on the eyes.
Yeah, lighting too. I mean, I know LEDs are really good for the earth, but surprise, they're not very good for us. Full threat for one. Most household LEDs, they really favor the white and the blue parts of the spectrum. We now know that macular degeneration later in life, especially special amber glasses for. You know, they look amber to you, but it's not. Point is not to color everything amber. They look amber because they're rejecting all of the blue. They're protecting the blue light from hitting your eyes. That's why they look amber. One is the color. The second thing is the strobing effect. All LEDs are actually flashing. They're flashing too fast for eyes to see with the naked eye, but they are flashing. And if you want to test the lighting in your home, it's very simple. Put your phone in slow video mode and just walk around, film lights, and watch it. Slow-mo will catch it. You can't catch it with your eye, but the slow motion will catch it, and you will be surprised. So, solution for that. How do we get around that? Well, I mean, I hate, especially on an echo program, suggest something that's anti-earth, but those old-fashioned lights out faster with the filament inside, they are much better for you health-wise. If you're gonna go with LEDs, go for something that's either yellow or orange. It's much better. So at least, because you still will get the flashing, but it interprets white. The only time you would see white flashing, think about it. The only time you would see white flashing is if you're running through the jungle, right? Running away from the tree. So it really sends your body light mode. It gets the cortisol flowing. When normal says to your nervous system, camp, sitting with the tribe, relaxing, sharing stories. It's still flickering light, but your nervous system interprets it totally different. So one thing is, yeah, amber. You can even put some fabric over that lighting around. But particularly in the evening, it's very important. For me, I have salt.
Oh, yeah.
Ionizing effect. And like if I need something, I can always turn on the bright light for a minute or two. But with me,
Beautiful.
starting about 8, 9 p.m., the last hours before sleep, it's all light. And that takes care of a lot of the sleeping issues. Phones too. Like don't look at your phone 30 to 45 minutes before you go to sleep. Even if you have a blue light, use the night setting, it still has that 60 hertz, or now the new phones, 120 hertz flashing effect. That's why a lot of, because the last thing they do before falling asleep is scrolling. Put the phone down, the last half an hour book, or even better, meditating, right? It wonders for sleep. Lighting, yeah. Something as simple as the lights in our house. It has more effect on us, and especially if you're a hypersensitive person. Because if you're already sensing too much and you put your body into fight mode, you know, it's like you're taking a hypersensitive person and putting them into hypersensitive mode. It's like a double whammy. So if you're somebody simulations, a little bit of fabric will make a difference for you.
Yeah, I mean, I need a certain amount of light to, you know, for me to get the best vision, you know, and sunlight is the best light. But when it's really bright out, I have to cover my eyes. Like it can really hurt my eyes. So it's really weird. I'm still trying to figure out how to best take care of my eyes. But the sound thing, Nicole, like that's definitely a big one for me, especially right now, air conditioners. I just can't stand the constant buzzing. Like I feel like it just turns up my inner bitch barometer. I'm sorry. Like it's just like that constant buzz.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I don't like it. Okay. I'm done being silly and bitchy, but I feel it. Like that's the thing. Like it's not just that I hear it. I feel that. Like
I agree.
Even in the realm of white lights, there is you can look for. They have natural daylight type bulbs. Candace, that might make a big difference. You want to shoot for right around like 5,500K. That's what mimics natural sunlight the closest. They'll usually will be like a temperature. What temperature? Like the ones that are in the 2000s, like the stark white, bluish white. Yeah, anything like 5500, 6000, 6500 is going to feel a lot more like sun to you.
Yeah, I don't go to Walmart, but I always joke and say, like, I need like Walmart lighting in my home. Maybe I'd see a little better. I don't know what they do, but it's a lot.
Yeah, there's
Mm.
dark, but that's the idea. You can get bright. The temperature is something that your brain will not interpret threat, but interpret more natural sunlight.
Huh. Cool.
Awesome. Should
It's
we
probably
start?
about practice
Yeah.
time.
Yes.
So, Mr. Andrei, what are you thinking? How are you gonna bring everybody into their highly sensitive, sensual or sexual self?
Mm.
Busting out an essential oil for me to help me drop in.
Mm. Which one?
I don't know. Smells good.
It's one that smells good. Perfect.
It's energizing. It's something citrusy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No. I was going to say, it feels like citrus. Right? So, if you want to get outside, that would be wonderful. Those of you that are listening,
I'm outside.
I've got
Yeah.
this lighting contraption. But if you are not able to, that's okay. Visualization will work just as well. Okay, but I wanted to give that option up front. If you can get outside, bring your phone with you. If you're able to take off your shoes and actually touch the ground, highly recommend. And let's see. I would prefer you standing, but however you're comfortable, you can certainly sit too. If you are sitting, then everything I describe, you will pull your tailbone, but we'll pull it up through the soles of your feet. Okay, and close your eyes. Good. Close your eyes and just for a moment, put the attention either in or the soles of your feet, whichever part of you is touching the ground. If you're in a high rise matter, just imagine a cord extending out from the your feet to however many floors it has to go until it does touch the ground underneath the building. See, we have this cool thing in the energetic space called quantum. Finally getting around to proving it and confirming it. So, of course, when I say it's better to be on the ground, it's better for you. But as far as for the effect of this, you can touch the ground with your mind, it will have the exact effect. Okay. So whether it's through your tailbone, whether it's through the soles of concrete, it doesn't matter. But just extend your consciousness down, down into Mother Earth. And imagine it branching out almost like the roots, not almost, it's exactly like a tree. Okay, so it stretches down, branch out, branch out, and you're literally like a tree. You've got your roots extending deep, 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 deep down into the. Keep extending down and out with your consciousness. Just feel that connection. Feel what it feels like, not just to be grounded, but to be rooted deep, deep into the ground. Moment, just if you need a little extra time to reach down further into the ground, go ahead. Just all your awareness is down into your roots, spreading out like a network down into the. Okay. Take a couple deep breaths together. When we breathe in, we're going to breathe in up through the roots, and we're going to pull that energy up into the sex center. Okay, ready? Breathe in. Up through the roots, up. Collect it in the center for now. And when you exhale, dissipate naturally. You're going to leave the energy in the sex center, but you can stop. Pull up again the roots on the inhale. Through your legs up into the sex center. You feel that? Breathe out. Feel how much more energy you can pull when you pull from that deep down. Do another. Powerful. And let's do one more. Good. Now we're not going to leave there. We're not done yet. Now for these breaths, as we breathe in, we're going to breathe and pull that energy now up from your sex center and up your spine. As high as it will go, but take your time and fill yourself with breath. If you don't reach your crown, that's okay. Go as high as you can, a little higher, and let it drop back down. You'll usually get up to your crown your third or fourth time. But no force, just let it go naturally. Ready? Breathe in and up your spine. Go as high as you can. Take your time, just a tad higher. When you're ready, exhale, let gravity do its thing. Let your breath drop back down your spine and follow. And one more time, breathe in. Pulling up the spine from the center, up as high. Touch your crown if you can. Go a little beyond if you can. Do one more. Nice and full, nice and deep. Good. We got the path. Now let's put it together. You might want to watch the first one, so let's open it quickly. So now as you inhale, you pull up from those roots again. Put your consciousness down to the very bottom of the roots. When you inhale up through the roots, up through your legs, right up to about the center of your chest. And then when you exhale, now we're going to push out of the crown, up and out into the cosmos. Now go to your branches all the way up. If you're standing, maybe go up on your tippy toes and stretch a little bit. And what we're going to do on that exhale, this energy, hypersensitive people get this a lot. You're going to exhale out because the sky is great at absorbing it. Okay, anything nervous, jittery, that doesn't belong, exhale out. Then on the next in, pull down energy from your branches, from the cosmos. And you inhale down in. And now when you push down through your legs, down through, what you're pushing out is deep, heavy, depressive energy. Anything that's jittery goes up. Anything that's heavy goes down. Mama Earth is good at absorbing it. That's why we call it grounding. So one more time, we breathe in through the roots. Midway, exhale, up and out. And on the next breath, inhale down into the heart, and then exhale down through the roots. Let's do 3 of those together. Ready? Anything nervous, jittery, just push it up there. Go up on your stretch. Ready? Inhale. Pull down. It's like a cosmic shower raining over you. And exhale anything heavy that doesn't belong. Give it back to the mother. Inhale in. Exhale. Inhale in from the cosmos. Go down through the roots. And one more. Inhale up through your roots. Pull it up. And exhale up. Empower yourself, light and cosmic love. Yeah. Yeah. That feel. I would love to hear. I would love to the audience if folks want to comment and let us know how that was for you and feeling before to how you're feeling now. Think.
Or if you don't have your words, you know, you can even like think of, like I said, that volume knob. How much more? Like, where are you between a 1 and a 10, you know, as to where that turned you up? Are you feeling more tuned in, turned on? Where are you at? In Karezza? I heard you breathing.
Oh yeah, I feel a lot more relaxed. But I also could feel, I mean, I feel more vibrations in me. I've never felt that before with breathing and release and inhaling and exhaling. I actually feel like trembling a bit. Yeah.
That's the rest of that orgasm that you're still experiencing from the mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here. How about you, Candace? How does that feel for you, my dear?
I am feeling softer. I'm feeling sweeter. I am feeling a desire to go outside and feel the earth. But my internal landscape it definitely feels softer and sweeter. And I also feel like, I was telling Karezza, I feel like I'm about to get my moon cycle. And when I do deep breath work like that, it really brings you into your womb. Like you will start feeling when things are happening a lot more when you're doing breath work and tantric practices like this. And so, yeah, I felt my moon. It was like, yep, I'm here. Yeah. And that was so awesome. I really appreciate you guiding us through that. And you know, we didn't, you know, and initially, you know, our theme was EcoSexuality and our being highly sensitive. And all of this really has tantric roots. And I know Andrei says it in his own way, you know, or maybe the same as I do. Like Tantra really is everything. It's how are you relating to everything? And Tantra gives us new ways for relating to ourselves and to everything around us. And so I'm really happy you're here. And I love giving the world a taste of Tantra and in this kind of way, and expanding, broadening on what that means or looks like beyond what Seal told you or what you read in People magazine or something, you know?
Yeah.
Do we have some comments from our viewers?
Yes. Nicole actually talked about how she felt after doing the exercise. She said it helped her release stagnant and frenetic energy from her spinal column and skull.
Excellent. Good.
That's beautiful. I saw that. I heard that. Yeah. Yeah, Nicole's very in tune, very sacred human.
Oh, wow.
Hope to have you, Nicole. If you're not on Clubhouse, get on Clubhouse. On that topic, Andrei, you know, before we close out, I mean, I'm always here talking a lot, and Karezza is always here talking a lot. Tell us, what are you doing on Clubhouse?
Well, I run this called Tantric Awakening. Now the largest Tantra club on Clubhouse. Woo! And shows we're doing something right, and I mean, it's not my club; it's our club. It belongs to everybody. But pretty proud of that title. I mean, the goal was to bring people together, kind of call in the tribe, and we've done that. It's really wonderful to be on a social network that's encouraging us, rather than trying.
Yeah.
When I first approached the management, I'm like, I want to Tantra and sexuality, introduce people to the sacredness of it, and like, we're not going to run into any problems, or are we? And they were encouraging us. They gave us 1,000 a week back when, most people get like, I think 5 to start or 7, and like they're like, you can have 1,000 off every week. You'll get another 1,000 every week. Is that enough for you? Do you need more? That's their approach. They're behind it 100%, which is really cool, really refreshing. And we've got the club programming. We do meditation Mondays. We do Tantric Tuesdays. We do Divine Feminine Fridays. We do our Saturday hair soak. Yes, we all take a bath together. Not all in one. We're all in our own.
Yeah.
Get to splash around. Get to feel each other. More importantly, and we talk about self-love and self-care all evening, and now we have your so it's just expanding more and more. I've got a few other people proposing rooms, so we're growing and growing, and we invite you to join the community, join the family. Just go to search, type in Tantric Awakening, make sure you're on the club tab, not on the people tab, and you should be able to find us.
Yeah, it's really awesome. Andrei really has called in a good core group of people. I've come across people that I did Tantra training with years ago, really solid humans. And yeah, I'm really excited and honored to bring some things to life on Clubhouse. Said that funny. Clubhouse with all of you. And I love Sundays. I feel like there's so many people all over the world celebrating divinity. And so I try to drop into that big field on Sundays. And then I remembered 11/11. I was like, yeah, let's do that. So maybe Karezza and I may want to do this every Sunday. We'll figure it out as we go along. I know we want to do some more things. So definitely join the Clubhouse. And Andrei, there are other ways, I think, did we put other ways to connect with you? We got that in here?
I think, Karezza, do we? I know Instagram.
I put it on the write-up.
Oh, it is there. Okay, cool. So
yeah,
you guys can scroll through the write-up. You could see Andrei. He's pretty much more active on Instagram at this time. And I think you said you have a YouTube too.
I do have a YouTube. I haven't started posting videos yet, but I do have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Instagram's probably the best way. I am on Facebook. I'm just rejoining Facebook after a few months off. Censorship. I do. They didn't delete the group, thankfully. Also called Tantric. So that's another way to plug in. Admittedly, haven't been posting much there lately. I just on Facebook, so my footprint there will slowly be expanding. It's not on there just yet. They didn't delete the group.
No, yeah, I didn't know that was your group. I've been curating your group. I've been adding in there for now.
Good. I'm glad.
There you go. You're good.
Yay.
Oh, so awesome. And yeah, I don't know. Is it about that time, or how we doing?
It's 2:02.
Okay, cool.
Exactly.
So this was awesome. Andrei, I'd love to have you again. I imagine many others would love to have you again. And to everyone out there, please do join us on Sunday. And you can join my mailing list on my website, templarfrolic.com, to stay in the loop. I have an event right there. And when I do events, I will send something out in case you're not on Facebook and stuff like that. And same thing with our shows. Even if you're not on Facebook, you can watch them on YouTube as well. So get in touch if you want to link up in LinkedIn and you're not finding everything you need. Anything else? Karezza, Andrei?
I just want to say thank you to all the listeners and for sharing and being vulnerable. And yeah, I hope people will come and see our show on Sunday and enjoy, the weekend.
And, thank you to Love Coach Academy. If you're not watching or following this and you're not on the Love Coach Academy page, you definitely want to go check out Love Coach Academy. All sorts of awesome shows and events. Scott Katanis is just an amazing human, and I'm so grateful that he hosts us on his page. So thank you. Thank you, Andrei. Thank you, Karezza. And
thank you.
We'll see you guys soon again.
Bye.
Yay. Ciao.
Did we did it?